So I'm going to show you how to make this friendship bracelet. It's pattern 11424 on friendshipbracelets.net, and there hasn't been a tutorial for it. I don't think that I could find it. So I started making it for my aunt, and we're going to need forward knots, backward knots, forward backward knots, and backward forward knots. So we're going to start with the two yellows in the middle, and we're going to be going out to each side. So we're going to start by doing a knot between them. It can be forward or backward, it doesn't matter. But I'm doing a backward knot. And we're going to take this yellow string and we're going to keep, the one that I'm holding right now, we're going to go onto the pink and then onto the teal string. So just do backward knots all the way across. And I actually stopped before the blue string because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to do a forward backward knot and not just backward knots. So now we're doing forward knots onto the pink string, and every time we go into a new string we do 2 knots just to make it more visible. So now I'm actually going to go onto the blue string. Sorry, I made it a little confusing, but we're just going to do backward knots, 2 of them. And then we'll go to the other yellow string and make a knot onto the blue, and we're going to use forward knots for that because we're going to the right. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to the little pink diamond shapes in the middle. So we're going to take the 2 pink strings, separate them out from the other ones because it makes it easier. And we're going to do a backward knot between them. And then we're going to go onto the blue strings or the teal strings, and to the left we're going to do a backward forward knot, and that's essentially just a backward knot and then a forward knot on the same string instead of 2 backward knots or 2 forward knots. And this is so that it will go back towards the middle and not go outward towards the yellow. So now we're going to do the other side, and we're just going to do a forward backward knot. Backward forward knots and forward backward knots are just the same thing but flipped. And then once we get that pink back into the middle, we're going to do a backward knot between them. Sorry, I had to make it tighter, but yeah, just do 2 backward knots to make sure that, you complete the diamond, and then we're gonna use the yellow next. Okay, so now we're finished with the first pink diamond, and we're going to take the yellow string and do a backward knot onto the teal string. So we're doing a backward forward knot here, and now we do a forward knot. And now we're going to do it on the other side, but we're going to do a forward knot and then a backward knot. And then once we finish this, we're gonna go back to the pink and we're gonna do another diamond. Alright, so we're gonna take the 2 pink strings and we're gonna take 1 pink string and go onto the teal with a backward forward knot. And then we're going to take the other pink string and go onto the teal on the right side with a forward backward knot. Okay, so you want to make sure that the knots are tight, and then we're going to do I'm sorry you can't see it, but it's just 2 backward knots between the 2 pink strings to complete the second diamond. And then we're going to take the yellow, and my tape came off. We're going to take the yellow and we're going to use it to frame the pink diamonds. So we're doing backward knots on the blue or the teal string and on the pink string. So now on the other side, we're gonna take the yellow string and we're gonna do forward knots on the blue or the teal, oh my gosh, and on the pink strings so that it will go into the middle. Alright, so now we're going to take the 2 yellow strings and do a backward knot. Oh, got a little tangled there. Yeah, we're going to do a backward knot, or 2 actually, to finish that off, and then we're going to move on to the teal. So we're going to use the teal and go onto the pink with backward knots all the way to the yellow. So now we'll do the other side, and we'll take that teal string and go with forward knots onto the pink and the yellow, all the way into the middle. Okay, so now we're going to take those 2 teal strings and do a backward knot between them. And then we're going to do those little pink spots on the edges. I don't know if you can see them, but So we're going to take the pink and go onto the yellow with a backward and then a forward knot. And then we're going to take the pink on the other side and go onto the yellow with a forward backward knot. And backward knots are basically just going left and forward knots are going right. So yeah, and then now we've made those little pink things, we're going to take the blue and go outwards towards the edges to surround the pink. So we're doing backward knots on the yellow string and the pink string, and then we'll be done with the pattern, and you just repeat it after that. And after you're done with this, you move on to the teal string on the right side, and we're just going to do the same thing but flipped. We're going to do forward knots on the yellow string and the pink string, and once you've finished going with these blue strings, then you're done, and you'll just start again from the point that we started the video on, with the yellow strings in the middle going towards the outside. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it helped you.